Texas high school football is back, and we are kicking it off with a giant Week 1 slate. These are the picks. Welcome into the picks, your guide to Texas high school football weekend. My name is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. So we're going to go through the Week 1 schedule, right? But we have to address the elephant in the room, which is that there is a significant portion of the state that is struggling right now with the devastating effects of Hurricane Harvey in the Houston area and the Coastal Bend area. A number of games have been canceled. You can check those out at TexasFootball.com/hurricane. But high school football is huge in this state, but it takes a backseat to making sure that everyone is safe and taken care of down there in the Houston and Coastal Bend areas. If you have the chance and you have the means, please text Harvey to 90999. That's Harvey to 90999. That will donate $10 to the American Red Cross to help with the recovery efforts. As a result, all of these picks are kind of subject to change. We don't really know which games are going to go on and which aren't, so that's a quick disclaimer there. We've got the important stuff out of the way. Let's get some fun now. We start in Converse. 8:30 p.m. Friday night at Converse's Rutledge Stadium. It's the Lake Travis Cavaliers taking on the Converse Judson Rockets in a 6A slugfest. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number one, Lake Travis's offensive line play. So if you go back to Lake Travis's championship season last year, you're going to point to their outstanding offense, especially their quarterback, Charlie Brewer. But the real secret behind Lake Travis's offense being so potent last year and guiding them to a state championship is their offensive line, which was fantastic all year long. Now, they have a major rebuilding job to do, and they are facing a tough test in Week 1 with a big physical front seven from Converse Judson, led by defensive end DeMarvin Leal. How does Lake Travis's rebuilt offensive line match up against Converse Judson's outstanding defensive front? Key number two, the quarterback experience gap. Juwan Williams, the quarterback for Judson, is entering his fourth year as the starter for the Rockets, and he's only gotten better with age. He is a dual threat dynamo back there, and he's going to have a big say in who wins this game and every game that Judson plays this year. On the other side, you have the new quarterback for Lake Travis, Matthew Baldwin. Coach Hank Carter raves and raves about this kid, thinks that he's the next superstar to come out of Lake Travis, especially likes his arm strength. But aside from some mop-up duty last year, he's largely inexperienced, and this will be, I believe, his first start as Lake Travis's quarterback. There's a big experience gap here. Does that matter in Week 1? And key number three, the scene. So both of these programs have played on the big stage. Lake Travis, of course, won a state championship last year, and Converse Judson is no stranger to the spotlight. But this is going to be a little bit different for a number of reasons. This will be part of the historic Texas Football Days on Fox Sports Southwest, broadcast live across the state and in many respects across the nation. There's going to be a big hullabaloo around this game, and even the things like the game kicking off an hour later than usual. Week 1 is always a little bit dicey for every team because they're trying to figure out what they have, but especially with this big spotlight on this game, who handles the pressure more? Who am I picking? I'm going with Judson. Not only are they at home, but I think that right now they have the more complete team. They have the team that is more battle-tested and more battle-ready, as opposed to Lake Travis that has a number of pieces that they have to replace. Now, don't get me wrong. I think if this game were played, say, 10 weeks from now, it may be a little bit different. But right now, with Juwan Williams, with DeMarvin Leal, and all these playmakers on Judson, I like the Rockets to take home the win. Meanwhile, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Lexington's Eagle Stadium. It's a colossal small school matchup between the Mart Panthers and the Lexington Eagles. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number one, Lexington's passing attack. If you don't know the name Walker Hess, you need to write that down and maybe underline it and circle it a bit. He's the quarterback for Lexington, and he is outstanding, one of the very best small school signal callers in the state, and that is quite a mouthful. On the other side, you've got a really good, really fast Mart defense. Who wins out between this outstanding Mart secondary and this Lexington aerial attack? Key number 2, Mart's spread the ball offense. I don't know what Mart coach Kevin Hoffman did to deserve all these offensive weapons, but I'm sure he's not complaining. This Mart team is loaded with playmakers. It starts with their quarterback, Jace Terry, a great running back in Tyreek Horn. They got a tremendous wide receiver in Shat Bailey. This team is loaded for like a 5 or 6A team, and they're a 2A squad. They've got weapons all over the place. How does Lexington respond to Mart's multiple threats? And key number 3, the first quarter. So this is week 1. There's a lot of teams that are going to come out and look a little bit shaky in week 1, and especially in the first quarter. A lot of penalties, a lot of drop passes, a lot of fumbles, things that good teams normally don't do. Who comes out and establishes the tone early? Who plays a cleaner game in the first quarter? I think that's going to go a long way towards deciding who wins this one. Who am I picking? I'm going with Lexington. This is pretty much a coin flip game in my mind. I think both of these teams are legitimate, bona fide state championship contenders, but Lexington has a couple of advantages here. First of all, they're a 3A team. Mart is a 2A team. Second of all, they're at home. And thirdly, they have that quarterback in Walker Hess who can take over a game. Now, I absolutely think that Jace Terry, the quarterback from Mart, can do the same thing and just go nuts on the Lexington defense and take over the game all by himself. But for now, I think the arrows are pointing towards Lexington. I think the Eagles take home the win. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Abilene Shotwell Stadium. It's the Abilene Eagles welcoming in the San Angelo Central Bobcats. A historic year for Central last year, but this is a new-look team with their new quarterback, Maverick McIver. Abilene's going to rely on big plays from their wide receiver, Raekwon Millsap. For now, I like San Angelo Central to go on the road and get the win. Love this matchup out in East Texas, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Longview's Lobo Stadium as Longview welcomes in rival Lufkin. And this is size versus speed like it feels like it is every time these two teams play. Longview's got a big bruising running back in Jesse Anderson, who's 5'11", 225, and Lufkin's got speed to burn. For now, I like the Lobos to hold serve at home. Let's go to Central Texas, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Cedar Park's Gupton Stadium as Cedar Park welcomes in Hewitt Midway. All eyes on the quarterback matchup here. Max Sexton for Cedar Park is tremendous. On the other side, Tanner Mordecai from Midway is everything you've come to expect from a Midway quarterback. I have gone back and forth on this game about 3 or 4 times. Right now, I'm thinking Cedar Park. Ask me in 5 minutes. Way down south, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at San Benito's Moro Stadium. It's the Greyhounds of San Benito welcoming in Laredo United. A lot of people are going to be paying attention to Eric Retta, the quarterback of San Benito, and I will be as well. But I look a lot more on the United side for their running back, Isaac Velasquez. What kind of game can he have establishing a flow and a tempo to this game? If they can slow this thing down, I think United can come away with a win. For now, though, I like Retta and the Greyhounds to take home the victory. And a mammoth clash in DFW, 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Allen's Eagle Stadium as Allen welcomes in Cedar Hill for the Tom Landry Classic. Fantastic matchup here of perennial state contenders. Allen's got a bit of a new look. Their quarterback, Grant Tisdale, has impressed in the offseason. They got the great running back in Brock Sturgis. On the other side, you've got Cedar Hill, and it's the debut of new coach Carlos Lynn. What do the Longhorns look like? I still have some questions about what exactly they're going to be. I think Allen a little bit more of a finished product right now. I like the Eagles. But those are far from the only big games in week 1 of the Texas high school football season. Let's get to the new and improved lightning round. Let's go with Franklin over Navasota, Goliad over Shiner, and I think Wall takes down Monahans. I like Van to take down the defending 3A Division I champs Mineola. Give me El Paso El Dorado over El Paso Eastlake, and West Orange Stark beats Nederland. Watch out for Kerrville Tivy. I think they take down San Antonio Stevens. I think Canyon squeaks by Brownwood. And in a cross-regional matchup, I like Odessa Permian over Austin Vandegrift. Great small school matchups all over the state. I like Abernathy over Post, Fall City over Bruni, and Gunner over Howe. Sticking with small schools, I like Henrietta over Windthorst. Give me Cameron Yo to take down Belleville, and Anson over Hamlin. I'm picking A&M Consolidated to beat Copperas Cove. Give me Corpus Christi Calallen over Mercedes, and San Angelo Grape Creek beats Alpine. I'm going with Weibo over Denton Ryan. Give me ARP just barely over Tatum, and Port Neches Groves beats Silsby. I like Bernie to take down Devine. Give me Canadian to beat Bushland. And in a true coin flip game, I think Alto barely gets by Winona. I like Brownsville Veterans Memorial to beat Edinburgh North. And give me San Antonio Reagan over San Antonio Brennan. I don't think the bright lights of Fox Sports Southwest scare Idalou. I think they beat Shallowater. Give me Temple over rival Belton. And I'm going to go with Munster over Valley View. I like Graham to beat Sanger, and the best game of the week may be a six-man football game. I like Richland Springs over Happy. And those are the picks. What am I wrong about? Which games did I leave out? Leave comments down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks for watching. Enjoy week 1 of the Texas high school football season. We are thinking about you, Southeast Texas. We'll see you.